Hi guys, welcome to the Man United Agenda. Once again, I'm joined by Mr. B and Andy Tate is here again to sort of go into this big subject. I suppose the word on the street is Ronaldo's being on Piers Morgan's show, and he said a lot of doo-doo that we're going to go through as much as we know anyway. So welcome to the Man United Agenda. We're about to go. Yes, people, welcome to the Man United Agenda. We're going to have a quick intro before we go into our sponsors and all the other stuff we're going to go through today. I just want to say welcome to Mr. B. Done the watch-along last night. Last-minute goal, something we're used to at Man United. But, wow, just talk me through that again because I'm buzzing about that goal.
I still haven't come down off the cloud, mate. I said I was on there with talk, and as we were just saying just now, the goal kind of came out of nowhere. So that's what gave me that whole, in my head I was swearing. I know I wasn't swearing as carrying on as much as good old Andy was last night. Hey, Andy.
Andy, I saw a video of you. I don't know if you were outside or something, but you gave a little immediate feedback about the goal and the game, and you were buzzing. You couldn't even get your words out. You were stuttering and stumbling your words. But yeah, did you see that coming? Because it's moments like that. Talk to me, man.
No, I didn't see that coming. I thought because Fulham were up the other end about 45 seconds before, and I thought, just don't lose it. And then you sort of accept it's going to be a draw, and it's like, for fuck's sake. Well, it's frustration because the second half we didn't get going at all, and I mean Eriksen, he made one, missed one, set up one. I mean any other player would have smashed it, but Garnacho, small agility. I don't know, a certain Argentinian who's going out the way now in his last World Cup. I see parallels for the next generation. So he took it and just hit it very crisply, put his foot into it. And I tell you what, much as it's absolutely brilliant, it was reminiscent of a certain fucking fallout what's been coming all day today and last night. But it was the same sort of goal, same sort of celebration. And it meant something because you could tell.
You know what? We get really excited when we see players that age, 18 years old. I remember when I was 18, there was a difference between me and a man size. You see these big guys with big thighs. You go to live games, see these 6-foot guys built like units, big old thighs, and you think, oh my God, that's another step away. But for Garnacho at 18 or Rooney or Messi, all these young players that can do it at that age, something special about that, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, back then when 18, they were more lanky, weren't they? And now, like a car, they changed, they evolved. The players of 17, 18, you'd have a slick, you're well built, or you're just aerodynamic. The wind, you just fly, don't you? Like an F1. So, yeah, and I'm looking forward with the right guidance. Garnacho is going to be a star. And I'm glad he's not at the World Cup because, he's our fruit to bear and then nourish. And I do think he will be a star at the next tournament for Argentina, which will be the Copa America.
Just clarify, is it Mr. B? Is it Garnacho's dribbling that's like extreme? Because he's pacey, but he's not. I wouldn't say super pacey. But what is it about it? Because I'm looking.
It's acceleration. It's his acceleration, brother. And you say he's not pacey. The reserve game last year where he ran the whole length of the pitch and he had the young guy's tongue hanging out. And then he did it again. Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
and then
he
did it again. Yeah, he did it again. So you say he's not quick. I don't know what quick is. If I'm not quick and I'm as quick as that, I'll take not being quick. He's rapid, bro.
I know he scored one and he got a pen in and scored the final minute as well. So yeah.
All right, guys.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there just before I'm falling back in love with Man United.
There the love affair is back on. Love to see that, Mr. B. Maybe you'll
love it,
fill out that shirt.
Yeah, just like Marmite, Man United.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's highs and lows, isn't it? I mean, we had a massive high last night, and obviously, Andy, you were on the show last night. We went live when we heard news was announced. We will be going into that any minute now. Do you want to say hi to Matthew Bassett? He's saying good evening, all. He's also saying hit the like button for everyone in the chat. I want to say hi to Stuart Marshall as well. Stuart Marshall, how you doing? He's a proper fan. He was down in Somerset the other day. He said Graham Souness on TalkSport. What a fool. I think we've spoken all about him before. Graham Souness. Box is here saying we need a new striker ASAP.
I wonder why.
Yeah, he's saying CR Snake out. UK Strange saying big up to Omundi, Andy and Mr. B. Thank you. Also, Stumpy Candle Top. I'm with Ronaldo in my house right now. We're both watching you. We better not speak too high. Big up Stumpy, man. Big up Stumpy Candle Top. HG Gamer, how you doing? Who do I blame for this? Joel Glaze who's saying, Eddie Football Waffle saying, it's a shame Ronaldo has decided to be so selfish and make everything about himself. He compromised his season by dissing Ten Hag. Not exactly a legend move. Box is saying here about the goal against Fulham. We were poor against Fulham, very nearly 1 point out of 6 in the last 2 Prem games. 11 likes. Keep pressing the like button, guys. Emma, how you doing? Emma's dropping some jewels of knowledge yesterday on the show. Andrew Williams as well is here. Anyone clicked yes to the poll? Need to go support another team. And the poll was about Ronaldo if you support him. Quickly, just go before we go in. GMS is our sponsor. They do assist architects, property developers, and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services, such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning, and monitoring. Check the link in the description, guys. Right, we're going in, guys. I'm sure everyone's been listening intently to what's been going on. We want to see the show. We want to see what's said, but we can only just pick out little pieces for so far. So first of all, I'm just going to read out this little statement here about the Ronaldo fallout. We've got the biggest quotes from Cristiano Ronaldo's explosive interview with Piers Morgan. So the betrayal. Yeah. So listen carefully, guys. The betrayal says, yes, not only the coach, but another 2 or 3 guys around the club. I felt betrayed. This is from Ronaldo. People should listen to the truth. So Ronaldo's coming with the truth, guys, like he says, or his truth. Yes, I felt betrayed, and I felt like some people don't want me here. Not only this year, but last year too. So there we go. So we're not just talking about under this management. Then he's talking about his no respect for Ten Hag, our current manager, who's doing so well. He says the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner did not hold back his feelings towards the United manager. This is his words exactly. I don't have respect for him because he doesn't show respect for me, Ronaldo said. If you don't have respect for me, I'm never going to respect you. Simple as that. Tit for tat in the playground. Who are you? Ronaldo was not familiar with Ralf Rangnick. Ronaldo was not amused when the Austrian, who'd managed in two of the last 10 years, was appointed manager ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer last year. He said, if you're not even a coach, how are you going to be the boss of Manchester United? He's asking the question. I'd never heard of him, he's saying. I'm sure he had, but that's a bit of a disrespect there. And we've got some audio for you guys as well. That's how we do it on the Man United agenda. Big up to TalkMU. He's got some audio for us from Piers Brosnan, I was going to say. Piers Brosnan. Not Piers Brosnan. You know.
Don't be missing Mr. Bond, I'm telling you. No.
Right, we're going to go ahead some audio. TalkMU, fire away. Let's hear this.
Ten Hag has come in and just decided that he wants to bench him and scold him and publicly berate him and humiliate him. And I think
he hasn't done that.
I would urge you all to watch the whole interview, and then you'll get a much more rounded picture. I think Ten Hag, as Cristiano tells me in the interview, is very, very good at saying one thing to the media, and it's very different what's been going on behind the scenes. And he feels, in my view, quite rightly, very angry about some of the things that have happened behind the scenes. So I think people should watch the interview. You know, you can base a lot on a few clips, but until you actually sit and watch this, and we're running it over 2 nights, it'll be 2 hours, 2 1-hour specials. It is, yes, it's explosive, but it's very revealing.
Wow. So he's saying here, Ten Hag says one thing to the media, but behind closed doors is a different thing altogether. This is where we're talking about no respect, the betrayal, that kind of thing. And he also plugged his show. You'd have to watch the show to know it, really. It's 2 hours special. Tune in, or whatever shitty channel it's on. I don't know, but I'm sure we'll be watching. I'm going to start with you, Mr. B. I mean, we're going to pass. So let's just have a convo about it, because we're hearing this the first time I've heard that. And we're being sort of compelled to sort of watch the show. I think it's a bit of a plug. But also, I'm interested now to see exactly in detail what's being said out from the horse's mouth. That's how the only way we're going to hear about Ronaldo's truths. So, Mr. B, over to you.
I'm very, very interested. As I said, they're smart. They know what they've done. It's been a perfect marketing ploy. They've now got 2 days of people talking before it even comes out. I mean, it's crazy because you have an opinion of what you want to say, and then obviously you know there's more to come. So you don't really want to go in too hard. Me personally, the part of the whole conversation that has really pissed me off is the manager part. I just think Ten Hag has maybe not gone out of his way to protect Ronaldo, but I don't think he's dissed him, really. I don't know what's going on. Again, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and it sounds like Ronaldo's going to open up a whole can of shit in that interview. Pierce seems very adamant that once we hear the bits that they've left out, that they haven't released, that we're gonna probably be siding with Ronaldo. I love Man United more than I love Ronaldo. So, and right now I look at in the short space of time what Ten Hag's done. I'm gonna side with Ten Hag. I will side with Ten Hag. I think Ronaldo signed his leaving papers in regards to what's been said. Some things you can't come back from. And I'm expecting there to be a lot more. Hopefully he doesn't go in too hard on any of his teammates, but the way that interview or the way that things are going, you just don't know what's coming at the moment. So I'm looking forward to the rest. And as I said, the part that really pissed me off, really, some of it we've heard before, you know, the gym and the facilities being shit. We all laughed and we said, yeah, well done, Ronaldo. You know, we knew all of that. We heard all of that. It's just these extra bits. And then it's the timeline of the interview. By all accounts, it sounds like that interview was done on Friday.
Andy, I mean, what are you thinking about that? You heard this first audio now. I don't know if you listened to that earlier, but Piers Morgan is coming out. Sorry, he's coming out and he's selling it. He's selling it really well. And are you intrigued now to find out the details before you make a judgment, or is that case closed for you with your feelings?
No, I want more, man. I want more hand grenades. You know, when the Joker walks off in the dark night and dressed in a nurse's outfit and blows up the hospital with Two-Face in the back. I want that. I want Ronaldo gone, but I want him to take down the Glazers. I really want him to take down the Glazers.
Do you think? So I'll let you finish.
No. I say I will never doubt his legend ability, and he's given us me and everybody some of the best times of our lives in the last 10, 15 years when he was at Man United the first time. And they say the nostalgia, we all got giddy. We went top of the league after Newcastle, and it all just went downhill from there. But this reeks of a spoiled little brat who didn't get his Millennium Falcon for Christmas. It really does. Spoiled little brat who thinks the world owes him. Now I know he's been through a lot with his family, and I totally get that. And if it's true, he wasn't backed by senior figures at the club who didn't give a toss, then I'm all for Ronaldo going in on them. Really did, and I'm totally sure Ten Hag totally understands it, because he may be a father himself. He's lost a child. He's looking after his other child at the time. He's got a few and his family. Family matters more than anything. We all know that. So, but from the senior levels at the club, if they didn't give a toss, you go in on him, Ronnie. You take down the Glazers. But to go in on Ten Hag is unforgivable. Disgusting, disrespectful, and just it reeks of arrogance and spoil. And like the world owes you a favour, when it clearly, mate, you're on a decline. You can't score. You winning mentality is no one questions it. You You are the greatest sportsman in the last 25 years of your generation, and nobody can change that. But you are arrogant and you are spoiled, and you just got to accept age catches up with you. I love football. I want to play football still, but I'm 48. Age catches up. You know what I mean? I'm an old fat git who likes Star Wars and Transformers, but accept fatherhood, Ronnie. Just get on with it. But I tell you what, bring the Glazers down. Bring it down from the board up. But I say there could be some juicy stuff from the dressing room. It could happen. I've heard stuff about Jadon Sancho. He's having a go at Jadon Sancho. There's supposed to be more coming out tonight. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. So when I'm working, you guys will be lucky. I won't know till morning.
We're waiting for you to finish this shit.
He could go full on in on Harry Maguire. He really could.
Oh, no.
Certain players, accountability, responsibility last season. Did anybody give a fuck? No one did. No
right,
one
can
did.
I just put something out there? Look, we know some referees, they book people if you're diving. They say, oh, you've got a reputation for being a diver. Has Ronaldo really got a good reputation here? If he's saying that the board doubted him, does he have to take some responsibility about his reputation? Because it's not the first time in history where he sort of said things that he shouldn't be saying. When he was at Real Madrid, I might remind you, he scored like 450 goals in 438 appearances for them. But he said he said about his Real Madrid teammates, said, if they were all at my level, we would be first. You asked me about these crappy questions. It seems that here in Spain, I am explicit. The numbers do not lie. Statistics do not lie. So he's basically saying, without him, he's better than all the players. And that really upset all the players. He had to come back and make an apology. So this ain't the first time Ronaldo said things about himself, is it?
And you're at this, and he's done it with Juventus as well when he was leaving.
What's the story with that then, Andy?
With the Juventus, he was already on the plane, and Juventus were expecting him to train. He was already on the plane and getting out of there, getting out of Dodge, and the transfer was already agreed with Man City. So like, the new manager, I can't remember who it was last year, just said, "Get him gone. I don't want him. I don't want him." Because he's even quoted, he's gone. That's it. Ronaldo was getting on a plane from Turin straight to Portugal. So he's got previous. So yeah, he's not a bad apple, but his ego. It's an ego trip.
Mr. B, you're a manager of your side. You've been manager for a few years now. I mean, you've spoken about players with ego. They might be talented and everything else, but do you make exceptions sometimes? And how would you feel if you were slagging you off behind your back like that?
You make exceptions to a certain limit, but it doesn't mean that it's to the detriment of the rest of the team. The rest of the team don't need to know that you're treating him special. But yeah, you treat him special. You're trying to look after him, but the problem with that is if it comes out, and two, if he carries on being a pussy, because right now we understand how he's carrying on. Nobody really likes it, but there has to be. He hasn't done what he's done for no reason, and it's the end game. It's the end game, and how much people he decides that he's going to throw under the bus, before he gets kicked out. Because let's be honest, they fined him 2 weeks' wages. I'm going to assume that's a standard. That's £1 million. All right, it's nothing to Ronaldo. Say it's nothing to Ronaldo, but they fine him again once they hear the rest of it. Are they allowed to fine him 2 and 3 and 4 weeks' wages? You know, he's gone now. He's gone, and his locker's been cleared out. Let's be honest. He's not expecting to come back. He's not expecting to come back. He said something in there about you know, they have their time away and they can come to an agreement. The only agreement he wants is to leave. The problem he has, and this is where his ego could take even a bigger battering, is if nobody comes in for him. Like in the January transfer window, when we all blatantly know he wanted to leave to a Champions League club, regardless of what was said or the reasons why. We understand he said his mum was sick. I'm not going to hold up my hands. I'm not wishing that on nobody, and I doubt very much he would lie. But running concurrent to that, he wanted to leave the club, and his agent was actively seeking for him to be, to be removed from the club. So he wanted to leave. And the fact that he says, oh, there's people in the hierarchy who didn't want him here last season, for 600 grand a week, there's probably a reason why. And now he's on 600 grand a week now. What's he scored? 2 goals. You're a striker. You're supposed to be the best player in the world in your position, in your head. So prove it on the pitch. He's not. You've got Martial, who Ten Hag he's blatantly Ten Hag's number one. If Ronaldo had that 4-game run, what did he do in the 4-game run? We all came off here pissed off because he didn't score. Martial comes on as half a game, bang. Time moves on, and I'm just not sure he's accepting that Father Time is finally.
He was made captain as well against Aston Villa.
Exactly. So where's the disrespect in that, Omundi? If he's saying he's been disrespected, you left the stadium, you carried on like a bitch, you got suspended, but you came back as captain. Where's the disrespect? Tell me.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of stuff. We need to get all the information. It's like going to court, and you need to hear all the evidence before you can really make a judgment. But I do think we can kind of make a judgment. You don't bury the manager while he's sitting at the club. I heard Dalot is his best. Dalot was asked the other day, who's your best friend in football? He said Ronaldo. And so you're sort of creating a divide at the club because you're going to leave and say, oh, the manager stinks. And the rest of the players like, oh, if Ronaldo says that, then I'm going to go with that, along with that too.
You're going to be a fly on a wall in the Portuguese World Cup training camp on this. Dalot, Bruno, what the fuck's going to go down there, man?
Do you know what? I mean, it's weird that Bruno excels when, maybe it's too much to say that, but Bruno, I think, excels when Ronaldo doesn't play. And obviously for Portugal, was it last season where he just he wasn't starting? When was the last tournament? He actually wasn't starting. I'm wondering if, I'm wondering if there may well be another issue, like with, I don't know. I just think this is going to there's going to be more personal issues caused by this than, I mean, look, if he goes in and
Portuguese manager, is he going to, you're not going to drop Ronaldo. You're just going to have to manage it and get on with it because the media will be all on him. And they say the people at the World Cup in Qatar, all the cameras won't be focusing on how bad they are, but all on Ronaldo.
Shall we go for some comments, guys, and see what the feeling is? Because I do know, like, people have had different opinions on this. We're not all speaking one voice. It's until we know the full details. But there's a lot of varying views. I'm going to start with Pat Lawley. Says there's no way back for that running now. He knows what he's doing. It's the only way he's going to get out of his contract at Old Trafford by breaching it in a way. Eddie's saying Ronaldo talks of respect and he puts all his dirty laundry out there to be ignorant of Ralph and burn bridges with our saviour of a coach. Pretty hypocritical, he's saying. I want to say hi to James. Glenn James Allen. He said, no one is bigger than the club. That is very true. Stuart saying, piss off to Arsenal, Ronnie. We can make Morgan.
Ronnie wins us the league and that happens. Oh, master plan. Fucking master plan.
Eddie saying, I think it's a shame so-called legend is ending his United legacy like this. Box is saying Ronaldo always have a legacy at Man United. Emma's saying it's his own issue to deal with. He has to do this himself. Football United Forever saying Morgan is right. It's like watching a few minutes highlights of a game. Don't paint until you actually know the game. So there we go. We get a bit of balance here. FC United Forever, how you doing? She's basically saying that we need to sort of watch the whole thing before we make a true assessment about what's going on. So there could be some truth, as Ronaldo says, truth in what he's saying. And we might, pass judgment on Man United Football Club. The Glazers already have been buried. We got a small opinion of them, but there could be other people involved that he could name names and call people out. We called him Snow, the informant.
Stand by tonight. I tell you that they're red there. We might not even see the interview. There's 3 options: termination, you stop the broadcast from happening, legal, you prosecute Piers Morgan. He's like a turd that won't flush, Piers Morgan. Won't flush. He has to get fucking down over. I see this could get legal. We might not see it. Like
to
Roy
be
Keane.
legal, there has to be a victim. There has to be a victim usually. Who's the victim going to be? Manchester United Football Club? I mean, is this going to tarnish our reputation?
Yeah. They will play the victims, the Glazers. They will play the innocent victims when they're the biggest party villains of the lot. You know what I mean? They will try to play the victim, and that's what scares me. But I do hope there's more damning evidence with the Glazers. I really do. And the people upstairs, it'll expose Richard Arnold, it'll expose Joe, Avram, and just for what they are.
Eddie Football saying, Danny, he's also compromised Ten Hag striker options too. He should be helping to rebuild, not shitting on it. UK Strange say United is done at Old Trafford. FC United again saying yet again too much negativity over 1 minute clip, which we played. If you go check out earlier, we played the audio clip. Andrew Williams saying Cristiano has been pony all season and his attitude is stank. Cheerio saying good au revoir. Montreal MUFC, but international, all the way from Canada. How you doing, man? Says, when I see the difference between Zlatan at Milan and United at United, Ronaldo at United, I'm very disappointed. Throwing Ten Hag and Rooney under the bus was very unnecessary. I want to say hi all together now. We can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore, but usually when Sue comes on, we go, Sue! But unfortunately, Sue.
We'll have to do. Sorry, Sue, you'll have to change your name to Garnacho.
Yeah. We're done out here. Sue said he must go. Big up, guys. Once he said that what he said about Ten Hag, he was done with the club facilities. All. She's also saying here the interview done him no favors. Wait to see the rest of it too. Yeah, we should all wait. Want to say hi and big up to TalkMU. TalkMU does so much good work behind the scenes and setting up the shows and everything else. And obviously you can check him out Friday Night Takeaway and all the watch-alongs. Boxer saying Andy Tate, you can still do a job in the championship. Football manager Andy Tate, come on now.
Yeah, I've heard it's not available on Xbox. One of my friends was telling me so. I might have a go. Bit of a football manager. See how I go.
What do you think about this, guys? Boxer saying Keane slated his teammates in 2005 and said they weren't his level 2. So there's ego again.
That'd be so funny when Roy Keane has kept his mouth shut so far. What's he going to say on this?
Good one.
He was out 18 that. He's totally on the money on the bar on that. Fucking set of top shots.
Keane wants a handshake. He don't want to get snuffed for a handshake, does he? Tyrone Williams, how you doing, man? He said Ronaldo won't be playing for Man United again. Let's see what the club are prepared to put up with him. Yeah, I mean, we all established it. His time is done at Manchester United. Is this what we're saying here, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no coming back from this. I don't even know what to do with my Ronaldo shirt. Should I just turn it round and clip the key team viewer and the badge, or do I use it as a wash rag?
Look, the thing is, I look at it as our club. All these players wear our shirt as homage to our club. Everything comes to an end. I actually don't have no problem with him saying what he said. I just like players to come, do their job, and go home. We've had a lot of players who have done a very good job at our club, and we've had a lot of players who have done very, very little at our club.
Sod all, last 5 years.
Yeah. I truly believe that he wanted to come back. And he was glad he came back, and things just haven't turned out the way that he wanted or expected them to do. And I do think a lot of it is just down to age. I think it's an acceptance. Monday, we had a chat earlier on in the season about him accepting a role. We were saying that if he accepts a role as not being the main man, there won't be a problem at Old Trafford. I just think that he hasn't been able to accept that he's no longer the guy.
Yeah, totally. I do think he's always been the man. And when you're not the man anymore, when you ain't got it anymore, I mean, what happens to you? It damages you, doesn't it? You know, you deteriorate and some other youngster comes along and takes over. And this is the cycle of life, isn't it? You just have to accept it. So whether it's an ego problem, I'm not ready to make judgment until I see the full interview, and we can really sit down and go through the bits and bobs. But I do think there's a big, huge disrespect here. and you don't come out and bury people while you're at the club, your employer's example, because you will get sacked, and then your reputation as well be harnessed. Reputation for me is everything. You can't take your riches with you. You brought nothing into this world. You can take nothing out with you. But your reputation is how people speak about you when you're dead and buried. How people remember you. Oh my God, yeah, the guy was so kind. The one time he signed my autograph, he stood there, he done all these kind of things. Fergie used to sort of character building. Fergie used to enforce that in his players. We had a story about the bus where he told people to get off the bus and go and sign autographs, whatever. Regardless about the story, it's about character building and having a reputation. And that's what the club demands. We're a community club, and I think the players have a sort of a responsibility to sort of represent themselves better for the club and better and have good standards and be men. This is why Ten Hag's bringing these standards back and like penalising Garnacho, as talented as he is, for his attitude, and until he grows up, become a man. And it's exactly what happened to Ronaldo as well. So I just want to talk. Sorry, I just want to do a quick timeline, guys. I'm going to go through comments as well. But in August, Ronaldo said he's claimed the truth about his future will emerge in the coming weeks. Do you remember this statement?
Yes,
about when he was produced flopped. So he expressed the desire to leave at the start of July. Ronaldo was absent for the club's tour to Thailand and Australia due to personal reasons, and he reported to Carrington just 13 days before United's opening game. And the forward didn't start against Brighton on the opening day, but he did make Ten Hag's starting lineup for the game against Brentford, where we were humiliated 4-0. So he's come out around that time and said that the truth will come out about his future in the coming weeks. But I don't think we ever heard anything, did we, Andy, about that?
No, I mean, did something happen off the pitch? Did something happen at the training ground on the Sunday after the Brentford game? We don't know. Because Ronaldo walked off the pitch and he was told to go to the fans and he didn't do it, did he? Did something happen between them two there? That 24 hours?
Right, yeah.
Because on the way home, you know, he went off the pitch. No, go see the fans. No, he just walked off.
Wow.
And he's got record of that. I mean, did something happen after the Brentford game or on a Sunday at Carrington when he ran him into the ground? You know what I mean?
16 kilometers, yeah, the 13.8 kilometer run, yeah.
Did something happen on that Sunday? Because none of them were happy, was there? None of them were happy on that Sunday because they missed the Sunday dinners. And we were everybody was laughing at us. And they were fucking moaning and bitching. And we're all upset and angry and wanted to throttle them, basically. So something happened maybe in that 24-hour period between Ronaldo and Ten Hag or Carrington on a Sunday.
So what happened next?
Monday roast, that's probably why.
What happened next? There obviously there's an incident where he was on the subs bench and he refused to warm up and ended up walking out on the stadium. Literally out of the stadium, and walked to the change rooms and left the ground. And then he came out and apologized. And then he also said, this is where I think there's a bit of a contradiction. He also said in public that Ten Hag, he likes what Ten Hag's doing. I haven't got the quote word for word, but you heard the quote where he said he likes what Ten Hag is doing. He said he can see the direction he's going in, and he's a good coach, basically. That's what he said as well.
Do you remember when we beat Arsenal? Do you remember when we beat Arsenal and so we scored? Yeah. He got up off the bench and he's applauding like that. He's smiling and he's like, yeah. He's on board with it. So what the fuck, man? You're giving false promises. You're giving false pretenses. He's seriously. Maybe he should have gone to Man City. It should have been Man City's problem. But to stop him going to City was the only logical thing to do
at the time. Yeah. So there's like you said, there's a crime sheet there of instance already in the last few months. What's been going on, and that does raise doubt. And that's what I'm saying. Your reputation matters. So with all this stuff going on, negative stuff's going on. Are you going to question him when things happen would go wrong? Like saying someone's sick in his family, whatever. He's trying to
don't dispute that.
Oh yeah, but he's saying the board were doubting him about it. But I think your reputation is everything. So if you're known for calling in sick, I'm sorry, I'm sick again, or my third grandmother had passed away, or so, you know, this is what we were laughing at a guy at work today who used to do that all the time. We were laughing about him, saying, "Oh God, how many family members?"
Somebody did that to me and disputed a member of my family. I just tell them you can stick your job. On that sense, if they were mocking me and let's say you're lying, don't believe you, and my relatives in hospital or whatever, you know what I mean? I say stick your job and that's it. I'll just walk out. So if that's one of his grievances to people upstairs, I totally understand that. I totally get that. But the rest is no. Is a no.
Yeah. Well,
question:
guys,
when's the other? When are the other 2 interviews? Being
Wednesday
released?
10 o'clock and Thursday 10 o'clock. So order your popcorn, order your pizza, get some strong drinks because I know you're going to be needing them, you guys, and then kick back and watch it at 10 o'clock.
A Monday question.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you free Wednesday and Thursday 11 o'clock?
Of course I am. Yeah, we're going live directly after the show.
I love you, man. Thank you very much. I love you.
We're gonna hear, and they should end with the EastEnders music, especially after the first episode, because there will be like more to come.
No. This is curry. You gotta have the curry ending. That'll be
It's a big
Wednesday.
drama show,
Then
isn't it?
Thursday you can have your EastEnder intro.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you say, Andy, it's a big drama show, and it's something. I'm glad the season's suspended for now, that we don't have to deal with this.
Don't need Netflix when we got this. Fucking hell, man! I have to cancel my subscription.
There's so many comments coming through. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe as well. There's 24 in the likes right now. I can't go through every comment, but we're seeing the feel of them. So there's no loyalty in football anymore.
I'm going to go about Rooney's looks, eh?
Oh, yeah. What do you think about that? I mean, has Rooney responded yet?
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he
will. He won't be drawn into it. Rooney's got previous, hasn't he? So we're not going into Rooney. 2010,
yeah, I mean,
we're not going into that.
What a childish thing to say about someone's looks. What's that got to do with anything? I mean,
no, and then it was
Rooney,
the comment afterwards, the little
slight
little big comment afterwards. Yeah,
I don't see Rooney wearing Versace boxers and drinking a cup of coffee, and that's all you're wearing, overlooking your villa. I don't see that. I don't see that in fucking in the Cheshire Belle. I don't see that. Be a bit fucking nippy, wouldn't it?
It's UK Exchange. Thanks for the £5. He's saying super sticker. I don't know what am I seeing here, Mr. B.
Yeah, he was saying that he was. Yeah, he was. I don't know what the sticker is, but he was actually saying that the super chat wasn't working. So I don't know if this is his way of.
Just a couple of comments here, guys. FC United Forever saying, I still got my signed Ronnie shirt, including one of my favourites, what Andy wore last night, apart from those idiots from Vodafone. Great shirt, 2000, 2002, before those crappy night ones in 2000. So she's a shirt connoisseur for sure. Pat Lawless here saying, Ronaldo's current situation is just another cycle of a high-profile footballer in the later stage of his career. Give it 10 years and he looked back just like Rude, apologising for his actions. Want to say hi to Rich Sports as well. Check out his channel. Great content. Big up, man. And all you guys in the comments, really appreciate you, man. But yeah, final words. I mean, because look, I think it's fair to say we should watch the show and then come back and sort of give our real opinion. But because at the moment we're just speculating or casting judgment without really sort of hearing all the information. So that's where I stand anyway. I mean, you guys are entitled to feel how you feel. But I do understand what you're saying about the Glazers and the club. The club is in a mess. And he does balance that by sort of saying, criticising the facilities, and nothing's changed since Fergie left.
Why don't he name names? If you're going to do it,
this is the part. Thank you.
This is it. If you're going to do it, name names. If you're going out, go out and take them out like the Joker.
The Glazers are gangsters. With all that money and everything they have, I mean, they got so much power, haven't they?
It's just like Gotham is corrupt.
Yeah.
It takes one hero.
love his analogy.
Fucking one hero can make a difference.
Yeah, but we're going to end with this. Legend says Ronaldo was right. Big up to him. So if he is right or was right,
so sorry, is that right? I beg you, answer in the comments because this show's going to finish. Legend, was he right on every point? Some points, no points. Just let us know in the comments afterwards.
I think he's referring to.
What he was right
I just mentioned about Fergie. Nothing's changed since Fergie. Maybe he's saying about that he's right since then. So yeah,
how does he feel? How does he feel about this?
Oh God, yeah. He's always backed him, hasn't he? Always backed Ronaldo.
He'd be so disappointed in him. He really will.
So is our club? Are we the laughing stock right now because of this?
No,
Is this,
of course we're not. Of course we're not.
No, we're
Listen,
not. No, God, because we're on the pitch. We're brilliant. We're doing. We're not brilliant, but we're doing okay. This is drama. We would take the piss FC last season. Now it's just drama FC. He's dropped this on either the World Cup, so it's all going to quieten down. And you know what? If he comes back to United, it's going to be a fucking circus, and we don't need it.
Yeah. Bit like that social media guy who was looking for Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah, the YouTuber. That fucking idiot.
I mean, what is going on?
He came over to see Ronaldo to meet him, and Ronaldo went, "Oh, fuck you, I don't know what meet you."
It's not our generation, man.
He went to the game. He said Ronaldo's not even playing.
Who was it?
Do you know the guy? That's not KSI.
One of those funny men, but yeah, look,
more like FBI, more like.
But he's a bit of an arse. He's a bit of an arse. But he's in Manchester right now, and he's obviously going around. I don't know if he gets access to certain places. He was talking to Roy Hodgson the other day in the Players' Lounge and that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's one big sort of event. I think it's a bit staged, a lot of this, whatever's going on. But, yeah, we will tune in. Piers Morgan, you have sold us. We will be tuning in so we can get a better assessment of what's going on. And I know, Andy, you're working that night, aren't you? A couple of those nights?
I've got stuff to do, though, my friend. I'm not in Thursday, Friday. I'm not in Wednesday, so you may see me Wednesday.
We'll see your TikToks and your Instas. No problem.
Well, Andy, if you're around, 11 o'clock Wednesday, 11 o'clock Thursday, myself, Mr. B, and whoever else is coming on, make sure you tune in because we will be giving our feedback about what we just saw with this show and what we feel about it. Sort of like a match reaction, but yeah, we could be fuming at this time. So yeah, prepare for that, guys. Andy's off to Qatar. I'm
off to Asda, not Qatar.
Andy, you're all over the place right now. Big up some of the channels you represent, and especially the Man United agenda. And yeah, just final word summary on how you feel about all this.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I didn't get to bed till 3 o'clock this morning with all the socials going on. I didn't get up till 12 o'clock. Stretford Paddock had me on this afternoon. I was on Saeed TV last night. I was on Sarcasm City as well till 3 in the morning. So yeah, Ronaldo is talk of the town, and I'm on the Man United agenda tonight, the best one.
There you go, the best one, straight from the horse's mouth. Mr. B, last word. We're gonna shut down now.
Roll on Wednesday. I'm on the 11 o'clock, bruv, because it's gonna be juicy, man.
Rolling.
Yeah, God, the soap opera continues. Make sure you tune in, guys. We're back tomorrow, 8:30. Big up to Andy, big up to Mr. B, and most of all, big up to all you guys in the comments. We're signing out. Later.